I picked hockey because of the dynamic. You have like that team culture, you're having fun. The process of like even like the preparing for the game is special, but it goes a lot deeper than just this, the surface level, what people think it is.
What's interesting about you and a lot of young adults today, which is different than when I was your age, we were never taught about health.
The health industry itself has truly changed. Truly surround yourself by like-minded people, especially who prioritize God over anything else. If your faith is so strong, like He will put you on the path of finding those individuals that will keep pushing you in order to be a better leader.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the Toddcast. I'm your host, Todd Bishop, and I'm excited to have you join us today. But before we get into our special guest, I want to encourage you to do a couple of things with this. Number one, I always want you to like every video, every bit of content we put out. Number two, I want you to share it because there's other people that need to hear, especially the story we're going to talk about today. You need to share that story. You need to share the heart behind it because we're going to talk about some things a lot of people don't talk about today. We're going to talk about it. And then what I want you to do, I want you to subscribe. If you're not subscribing to this channel, to the Toddcast, which is the only one you ought to listen to, which is co-sponsored by Psycho Preacher, my new brand, you're definitely going to want to subscribe because we got a lot more content coming to you, and it's been pretty awesome so far, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Isaac, as always, is behind the scenes, making sure we sound good, we look good, and we present good. So thanks for joining us today, and I am joined today with a special guest, a friend I've known for a few years, and she's actually a student at Long Island University. Been part of a program that I do there at LIU, home of the Sharks. But I want you to welcome Toddcasters, the very exciting, passionate, phenom legend herself, Milana Butera.
Hello.
I can't believe I got you on this.
I can't believe I'm here.
You are a highly sought after podcaster.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I wanted you on this podcast.
Well, I want to be here.
All right, so we got to jump in because the Toddcasters don't know you.
All right.
So I want them to get to know you a little bit. Now you're going to start a podcast, right? You want to do something like that, okay?
I am.
But there are some things you're about. That's what I want to talk about. So where were you born?
So I was originally born in Leamington, Ontario, Canada.
A Canadian. You are our first Canadian to be interviewed.
Wow, I am honored. And I recently actually just moved a couple of towns over, but nothing too far, in a little small town called Kingsville. And yeah, I'm a true Canadian at heart, and never since I moved over here to United States, I'm feeling more of a pull.
To stay in America?
To stay.
Really?
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Wow, Mom and Dad, don't watch this. Like, if you're like, okay, this is interesting. So I didn't know this. So I kind of think I knew you were interested in staying. But think about like, okay, America, Canada.
Right.
What would draw you to kind of say, hey, I know I'm born and bred true Canadian, but America, there's something attractive about it. What is that?
I mean, I've been here now for the last almost 4 years, and the mentality of it all is just something that is unmatched. And of course, Canada will always be my home, and that's something that...
Oh, Canada. You know that song?
Of
My
course.
home and raised.
Land. I did you know that?
Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, that is true.
Hockey team. We used to play a lot of the Canadian teams. They'd always have to sing the American national anthem and the Canadian.
Yeah. So... yeah, I don't know. I just feel like all the opportunities here as well is something that I have never really experienced at home. And I don't know if that's just because I'm so used to it. But I will say leaving high school, I found myself getting really stuck. And I felt like I couldn't really grow anymore. I knew the same people. I knew the area really well. And maybe that's just because I didn't really expand out of Canada too much, which I still have yet to do, surprisingly. I've traveled more of the United States than Canada.
Wow.
Which is actually really sad to say. However, I felt like the United States just had more to offer. And I was really excited to go more into that and to explore the options there, whether that was work or just with, meeting new people. I was thrilled by it.
So a little known fact about Todd Bishop, okay?
Tell me.
I got stuck in Canada with about 30 teenagers from a youth group because it was shortly after 9/11. We all went to see Niagara Falls on the Canadian side.
Wow.
And we had no identification to bring all these students back. They thought I was smuggling kids
Oh my gosh.
into Canada.
For real?
Even though I had photocopies of it, I didn't have the original, so they stopped me, detained all of us. We sat at immigration for hours and hours and hours. And on that interesting trip to Canada, to be able to see that, the Niagara Falls, what was so crazy is there was a young lady that was with us, and she was kind of like cheerleader-esque. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, I think we're going to go. We were in Buffalo. I said, we're going to go to Niagara Falls. She goes, we're driving to Texas?
No, honey.
No, she was wrong. Lita Cielo, shout out to you, kiddo. Appreciate you. So, all right, you're Canadian.
Canadian.
Now, Canadians have a pastime. And this is something that people are going to find very interesting about you. Is you really embrace that pastime. You're a young lady you have a great boyfriend. I know your boyfriend very well.
Yes.
And hopefully fiance soon, married some down the road, which I'm doing the wedding.
Yes, he's already got that that label, that job.
So here you are now, but you take this pastime from Canada. What is that great pastime?
And hockey?
Yes.
Hockey. So
She's a hockey player, y'all.
Believe it or not.
And she's still got her teeth.
Yeah, well.
Are those original?
Yes.
All original. Okay.
Yeah, so I started playing hockey. Well, I should say skating when I was 4. I was a figure skater. Believe it or not. Yes, I started off as a figure skater. I have an older brother who is 26, and we are 4 years apart. So I was very like, why can't I do it? Like, if he can do it, I'm doing it.
Okay.
And my mom's like, well, like, it's not really something that I could, really want to put you in just yet. Like, you're still really young. I'm like, no, this is so boring. Like, figure skating's not my thing. And like, they were in these nice dresses, and I don't know. At the time, I was very tomboy.
So how old were you at figure skating?
4.
4 till.
No, I didn't. It was not much time I spent there.
Okay, so you
like, it
went
was
from
very quick.
Figure skating to hockey.
Yes, I had to learn like the basics at first. Like, I couldn't just jump into hockey. That would be kind of crazy, I feel like.
Ice skating is tough.
It is tough. Have you ever tried it?
Yes, I hate it. I hate it. Like, I'm the guy at my age that I'm out there with that little, PVC pipe thing, and you're like, I'm good. I'm going to make it. And you're like, oh my gosh. So, okay, figure skating wasn't your thing.
It was
Hockey,
very quick. My brother played hockey.
Okay.
I have a very big background in my family that play hockey.
How many siblings?
1.
Just your brother. So
my
it's
brother.
you and your brother. What's his name?
Dante.
Dante. Ooh.
He's a real estate agent, so if you're ever looking for a home.
In Canada.
But he would be willing to come out here and help you.
I don't know how too many Americans are saying, let me move to Canada, though. Do you find that? I don't know. I don't usually hear about it. I usually hear it's the other way. Canadians coming to America.
You're saying Americans don't want to go to Canadian?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is very true. That is very true. But it's very cheap over there for you guys.
Is it really?
The exchange rate is kind of brutal for me to come here and to pay like certain things. Like, coffee is really, sorry, but disgusting to pay for.
So, okay, Starbucks here versus Starbucks in Canada. What's the price?
Well, it's just the different, like the exchange rate. Like $5 for me is almost like $10 here. Like,
wow,
it's pretty like.
So it's the
large.
dollar is not comparative.
Obviously it fluctuates, but I hear it all the time from my dad.
So, okay, all right. So we got to get back on track. Okay, so hockey.
Hockey.
So, by the way, we forgot to tell him the subject of today. Here it is, everybody. Subject of the day is hockey, health, and the holy. That's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
Hockey, health, and the holy.
The 3 H's.
Yeah, the 3 H's, okay? So, hockey. So now, how old were you when you said, I want to... Did you follow in your brother's footstep? Is that...
Kind of, yeah. Like, my brother played for a while, but honestly, he played multiple sports. Okay. And honestly, so did I. I played soccer and hockey for the longest time. Like, I was loving both. I honestly thought for a very long time I was going to go and play Division I soccer.
Really?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
Not to toot my own horn, but I actually wasn't bad.
How good were you? I'm like, seriously.
No, I actually was pretty good. Like,
any scoutings? Any people looking at you for D1?
Kind of. I didn't speak to many schools because honestly at that point I was still in high school, but I would say that I was a sophomore and I had to make a decision. My parents are like, it's time. Like, you can't keep going back and forth.
Okay.
So I decided to go to hockey. And honestly, I picked hockey because of the dynamic. You have like that team culture. You're in the locker room with the girls. Like, you're having fun. And the process of like even like the preparing for the game is special. And I don't know if you've ever been a part of a team, but it goes a lot deeper than just this, the surface level of what people think it is. And I felt like soccer didn't really have that.
So did you feel like from your experience between the two sports, hockey had much more of a team
dynamic,
approach than soccer did?
Yeah. And nothing against soccer, and I never got to fully, I guess, explore that. Maybe it would get better throughout college. And I still look at like the college team here and I'm like, oh, I would have loved to join. But nothing against my experience in itself. Like, it was awesome. Like, I loved every minute of it, but just, that initial choice was determining that. And honestly, just the sport itself was really fun to play.
So now you played, at what age did you start again?
Hockey?
Yeah.
Again, like the time frame, the transition wasn't very large. So I started playing when I was 4 as well.
Oh, so you
it was
really...
the same time frame. Like, I kind of started learning, wasn't like far off that I was like, okay, I need to get into hockey.
So now the rumor is that when a baby in Canada comes out, they have a hockey stick in their hand. Is that true?
That is, I would say for the most part, true.
Because it is a Canadian pastime.
I had many
like
family
American
members
football,
played.
right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like freshman year when I came here and I was like, I heard a lot about the football culture. I went to our first LIU game and I was like, this is insane. Why are there so many people here? Like, what are we doing? I don't really get football, to be honest, still to this day. My family wasn't really big in football, but I was like, this is the American culture. I'm in it.
Okay.
Like, we are here.
Okay. So
we
now
made it.
You're 4 years old, you start. When did you realize that you were actually good enough to play at a competitive level?
So
4 is early, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I've always just played because of the game. I just loved it. It was a hobby of mine that I always was into. Then as I got older, it was something that I just like had played with my friends a lot, and we were all like at the kind of same level. And then in juniors, it was kind of the discussion came up of like, where are you going for college? And I'm like, college hockey? Like, I wasn't really something that I was familiar with. It's very big in the United States. And honestly, like, as a Canadian, I didn't really know too much about the teams here, like the collegiate level. It was very new to me. And I honestly, like, it's kind of a known, I don't know if it's a fact or what people really know as, but we can't really watch, like, I couldn't, from Canada, I couldn't watch games, like collegiate games. Because you need a certain like VPN to actually watch the games. So I didn't know much. Okay. So when I started like the process of like, where do I want to go? I'm like, Dad, like I really want to go to the States. And he was like, okay, like we could look at, Canadian schools, like, and then we can look at like college sports, like in the States. And I'm like, okay, like we'll keep like all the options open. I want to see. And then COVID hit, and that was really tough because it kind of put a hold on hockey and all sports.
So you were at that point 18?
18 years old? It was the point of like.
Were you a senior?
I was going to be a senior.
Going to be a senior.
Yeah, and it went through all my senior year, but it kind of started in my my junior year. So that was tough because that was like the whole recruiting like time and process, and I was like, oh shoot, like I'm gonna be held back. Like a lot of the conversations that I started having with these teams were like, we want you to take a gap year, and I was like, oh no, I really don't want to take a gap year. Like I want to, because that would mean that would put me a year back in school, and I really didn't want to do that. And when I was speaking to a bunch of different schools, LIU was the first one that offered me a full ride scholarship.
Shout out to Long Island University.
Yes.
Fins up.
Fins up.
I'm just saying.
So they were the first school that offered me a full ride scholarship, which is a really big deal coming from Canada as well, and a small town. Like that's kind of unheard of. So I was super grateful and lucky and blessed to have the opportunity to receive that. And I was like, the offers kind of slowly started coming out because again, COVID happened and people really, coaches were not looking for, the recruitment of the following year. So they kind of put a hold on that. But my old coaching staff at the time recruited me. I was the first in my class to commit to the team. And from there, I still went that year. And COVID was kind of dying down at that point. Like it wasn't really as prominent anymore. So I was still able to go. And I started my first year of college. I started on the team. And yeah.
So now, all right. So you start to discover later in high school that you have this
out.
Yeah, the strength that you can get to.
Yeah.
I could play at a collegiate level
Yeah.
in America, right? And so now you're here. You're at law. You had a full ride. Was that the major decision to come into LIU? Did you have other opportunities? But that was kind of the.
None of the other schools really had offered me a full ride. And I was like, this is something that doesn't come frequently.
Okay.
And it's a pretty big deal, right? So I was like, I am 110% taking this option or this opportunity and this option that, came forth. And I was like, if there's another one that comes by, I will explore it. But that time it was like very crunch time because I was going to college like the following year. So I had to decide unless I wanted to take a gap year, which wasn't really a part of my plan.
Okay.
So yeah, I committed and I worked really hard throughout the summer to maintain everything and to, do everything I possibly could to prepare for the season coming up.
So now you do year one. Did you play?
No.
You did not play?
I played 3 games.
3 out of how many? Most people ain't going to know. It's a pretty...
I think 23.
Pretty decent schedule, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hockey is one of the longest seasons. If you don't know that, we get there in August, like late August, and we play until March if we make like playoffs like long.
I took who did I take? Abby or Beth? I think it was Bethany. And we took one of the games.
Yeah.
What do they call the place you guys play home?
Northwell,
but don't they call
Arena?
The arena, right? So we take her in there and she's watching wham, and you guys like, I've seen men's hockey before.
Yeah.
That was my first female hockey. And literally I'm like, oh my gosh. And my daughter looks at me and said, Dad, this is a real violent sport. She's like, can we come back again? Like,
you want to come back?
Yeah. So it was really cold in the room. We were not prepared for that.
Yeah.
But like now, okay, first year you don't play.
Yeah.
26 games?
Like around, give or take.
Depending on
the season, how long the season.
Playoffs, right?
Playoffs.
So year 2, what happened?
So like I said,
So 3 games first year.
Yeah, freshman year was really tough for me. I mean, obviously as a freshman, you really don't play a lot of games. And that's not uncommon in many teams. That happens a lot. And honestly, at first I was really embarrassed. I was really like nervous. And I was like, oh, what are people going to think when I come home? Ask me how the season went. And I'm going to have to say I played 3 games. Yeah. And that was a really tough pill to swallow, especially as an athlete. Like, who wants to really admit that?
Competitive nature, right?
Yeah.
You want to be in it.
Right. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do everything I can. Like, my mentality was I'm like so tenacious when it comes to like working. Like, I will work until I'm burnt out. And I will do everything I can until I am hitting, the benchmark of what the coaches wanted. We're going to come back to that
in a minute. Working till you burn out.
Yes.
We don't want
which is not good.
Yeah, no, not
but good. I went home freshman year all summer and I worked and I came back and I played every game but 3 games.
Wait, which year? Sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
So you went from playing 3 games to playing all but 3 games.
All but 3 games.
So you played 23 plus games.
Yes.
Wow.
Which was like a huge like change. I was like, wow, like I don't even know how to feel. Like I was getting like way more opportunities. I was getting like 10 times the exercise.
How good was the team year 1?
We won the Newha championship, which was the first or the second time I think LIU won in program history with our new coaching staff, which was a huge deal.
Year 2, how did you guys do?
We did really well. We won like season regular champions, but we didn't win
that next.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So the more games you played, the worse you got? Is that what you're saying right now?
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No. But no, honestly, like it was always a battle. Like we were very close. Like we always made it to like the last game, like the championship game, like as they call it, the ring game. And we were all like super close, like I said, in order to, win and move on to the Frozen Four, but we just didn't necessarily get to.
So now year 3, how do you do year 3?
Year 3, I played every single game.
Come on. So 3 games to 23 plus games to 26 plus games.
Yeah.
How'd you guys do that year? Same thing. Just missed the.
Yeah, we
won the conference, but missed the.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Which we were like, okay, like a little more work to do. Like, how are we gonna, surpass this? Like, how are we going to move forward? And then that came to be. So that would be my sophomore year, my junior year, right? Yeah, we're at junior year now, right? again, kind of the same thing. Like we were a very steady team in that, but we just couldn't like necessarily figure it out how to win that last game, which we really needed to. And then coming to this year, senior year, I was named assistant captain of the team.
Very cool.
Very exciting.
Now you remember we had a conversation about this. Talk about that conversation because you wanted that.
Okay.
Right? And you were praying for that. And
I will say this, I've always been, I would say, a leader at heart. You're probably gonna laugh at this, but I was the prime minister of my high school and my middle school. Like your president.
Oh, your class president.
Yeah. No, like not class.
Oh, the whole school.
The whole school.
You were the Prime Minister Butera right here on the Toddcast.
Yes, I was prime minister 2 years in a row, like back to back of like middle school and high school. And that was voted by the student body, which I'm very grateful for. And then coming into college after like I had my like a little bit of a like slow start, I was like, okay, like I'm never going to be a leader on this team. Like I don't have the potential. I don't think I'm really seen for my leadership qualities. I felt like, you know, as a freshman, like you're kind of more that quiet individual, like, you know, upperclassmen have more of the say and whatever. And I was like, okay, I don't think this is going to happen. So I honestly just put it aside. And that was just something that was kind of depleting for me and sad. Cause I was like, no, like I love being a leader. Like, even though I don't need to have a label to be a leader, but I really see myself in like leading people by example.
You got to pause there for a second. Cause you said, I don't need a label to be a leader. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people that watch the Toddcast are leaders, pastors, people that are in positions of influence. And you're saying the label doesn't make you a leader.
Doesn't.
So, Prime Minister, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Do we need a label to be a leader?
Absolutely not. There are a bunch of leaders in our locker room who may not have a letter on their jersey and lead the team just as good as I feel like the leaders who do have a letter.
That's good.
And I feel like that's super important for people to understand and to know. Like, you should never be discouraged if that time comes and you don't get a letter on your jersey or whatever that may be in life.
Or a promotion at work.
Yeah, a promotion at work. That doesn't mean you're not seen.
Yeah.
And that's something that like I over time came to be about. Like, and I had plenty of conversations with my teammates being like, no, you lead this team by example. Like, you have done such amazing things that you may not think are seen, but are, and have helped me along the way. And like, and that really like clicked for me. And I was like, wow, like that's nice to know. And then obviously like we had a conversation, like I was praying about it because it's something that I was so passionate about, not that I was greedy about. I didn't need that to be like, important. You're doing this and you're doing this. Like that was never the intention behind it. But I was praying on it because I was like, I just know the potential that I've been blessed with and that I want to share with.
So you start with 3 games.
Right.
Then you go to 23 plus games. Then you're 26 plus games.
Yeah.
And then
it kept going the same. Like I was.
And you played every game in your senior year?
Yes.
And you're the captain.
And I reached 100 collegiate games.
Which I didn't realize in hockey is not easy to get to.
No, that is actually very difficult to get to, especially like as a freshman. I had never even considered me to get 100 games because I was like, I played 3 games freshman year. Like, there's no way this is possible. This is not going to add up. And then like I just kind of put it to the side, like brushed it off. And then as like this was coming out of like people actually like getting these 100 games, I was like, I wonder where I'm at. Like statistically, like where am I at? And I just made the cusp of getting 100
games.
Yeah.
Now, what position did you play?
Right wing.
Right wing.
Forward, of course.
Forward.
Yeah.
Not defense.
Not defense.
Defense is tough.
I've been asked that a couple
tough,
times.
Man. Goalie's tough too.
Oh, actually, side note of that.
Did you try goalie?
You're going to laugh. I don't know if I ever told you this story. So my first collegiate debut was a goalie.
Was it at LIU?
Yeah.
In one of those 3 games, you were a goalie?
Yes. Well, it didn't count because I actually didn't play, but I dressed.
You suited. Yeah.
I suited up. Yeah. I get a call from my head coach. And
put on the pads.
And I was like, she's like, hi, like, I have a question. And I'm like, oh, what's up? Like, you know, and I had this mentality and I always have had this mentality, like anything for the team first. And so I get this call and she's like, we have a weird question, but we really want you to be the goalie because our starter is actually hurt or sick. I forget what it was. And she can't play. And we only had 2 goalies at the time. And we needed a backup goalie in order to play. Like we had to.
And you're like, put me in, coach.
And I'm like, can I get back to you?
Did you really?
Yeah.
You didn't say yes.
Well, I was
Right
like,
away.
what do I do? I'm like, oh, I
No,
need to think about
was
it.
it the same coach all 4 years for you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But she just got hired my freshman year.
Okay.
My freshman year coach.
So you started with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't get recruited by her.
Okay.
I got recruited by a different coach.
Okay.
But then he got dismissed.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I call my dad. I'm like, you're never gonna believe this. He's like, what? I tell him, he's like, you have to say yes. Like, you're strapping the pads on. Like, you're going in. I'm like, Dad, I haven't played goalie since mini sticks with my brother. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's funny.
Like, I don't even. So I go in. I'm like, the other goalie, like the backup was like, do you want to go in for a couple shots? I'm like, no, I'll just stay on the side. Like, I'll just watch you like play the role. Hopefully the other team believes me. They're like, I'm like backup goalie. What happened? She gets ran. She got like hurt. 5 minutes go by.
So you have to go in.
No, 5 minutes go by. I'm like praying to the Lord up above. I'm like,
Heal that girl.
I'm like, you got to get her up. I cannot go in. I don't go in, thank God. But I almost did. And my heart almost like sunk.
So do you remember the old, like I used to play backyard hockey.
Yeah.
Like we'd ice up the driveway at my friend's house. And you remember those like plastic pads?
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
Had to like foam inside.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be the goalie.
Why?
I love being the goalie because I love being in the action. So
Yeah.
and I love trying to get a shutout even in
Yeah.
the game because it was just fun because like it's hard to get a goal in hockey.
Right.
It's not as easy as people
No.
think. Like the Wayne Gretzky's, right? The guys like that are legends for generations.
Right.
Who hit milestones and records. It's hard for the average person to get those.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was definitely not a goal scorer. I was more the playmaker and like the gritty grinder to get the puck and to get to the goal scorers. But I had a couple of my time.
Okay, so now let's talk. So here you come to LIU.
Yes.
Let's talk. Let's get to the holy side of it.
Yes.
So here you are. You're at LIU, and your faith level. If you were ranking yourself 0 to 10, 0 to 10, 10 being you're on fire for God. Where would you have put yourself coming to LIU?
Like a low 5.
A low 5. Because you were raised Catholic?
Yeah, Catholic.
Yeah.
And I was baptized, like I mentioned to you before, Catholic. And I've always grown up in faith. Like I've always had God at the center of my heart, and I've always led myself in that, like aura of my life. Like I've always had that. And it was always a part of who I was, and still am to this day. But I never was so dialed into it. Like I didn't really, I would go to church, and I found it like, I didn't understand. I would go, my family would go, but we were more like Christmas, Easter, the Creasters. Yeah. Like that's more where we would go. And that wasn't intentional. It was just like, we had such a busy schedule, no excuse, but
good catch.
That was kind of where we were like leading and going towards. And my grandma actually on my dad's side is a peer minister for my high school, but she retired before I got there. So I didn't really get to, but so she helped a lot of individuals like get through, hard times in their lives. And I took religion class in high school.
Good for you.
I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't understand what was going on. Like I kind of knew about it. Like I knew the story of like Jesus and everything. Like I knew it all, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, like my heart's on fire. Like I'm so interested in this. So I never really took the time and dedicated a lot of my time to understanding the word.
So you had basically an awareness of faith, but you weren't engaged in it. Is that fair to say?
Fair. Totally fair.
So now you come to LIU.
Right.
And you walk into a Bible study.
Yes.
How did you get there? Who invited you?
So.
Do you remember who that was?
I want to say at the time.
Was it a teammate? Was it?
I believe it was one of my teammates and then another girl that I knew on soccer.
Okay.
And I remember being in the PT room and being like around these individuals.
Physical therapy for the non-athletes.
Yes, sorry. And I remember being told like, there's this Bible study going on that you should really go. And I'm like, I don't really know. Like I got some schoolwork. Like I don't know if I should do it. Like I'm a little busy. And they're like, no, like you got to come. So I go to this. And at the time it was in Pratt. Mm-hmm. And it was really
one of the classrooms.
Yeah, it was really.
Oh
really
no, it's in one of the old racquetball.
Yeah, like it was like a meeting room. Like it wasn't big. And so we get in there and there's like maybe like 15 chairs, and I'm like they weren't even filling, and it was just like a small group of us. And I met you, And I remember being like, wow, like
geez, here we
he's
go.
really passionate about what he does. But what really got me, and this has never been the case, you had a special like drive for athletes. I didn't know that initially. I just thought it was about like Bible study. Like, that's what I kind of thought. And so when you started bringing up athletes, it clicked. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so interested now. Like, I want to know. And at the time, freshman year, I was obviously going through a lot. And I was like, the one thing that I truly do need is my faith. Because what else am I leaning on? Like, it's hard to lean on your family at these times because they're not here. Your friends are here for you, of course, but like they're going through different things in their lives. And it's really hard to lean on a coach. Like, they're making decisions that they have to make for their job. And so like God was the one thing I'm like, all right, like let's get back in the groove of things. Like, let's just give it a chance. And so once I gave that a chance, I remember telling AJ, I was like, you have to come.
Which is her boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
Great guy.
Yes. And
He's American.
He's American.
So Canadians and, Americans, they can have relationship.
Right. And so I remember him and his roommate. His roommate was also like very biblical. Like, he was interested.
Was that Noah?
No, it was JJ Gormley.
Oh, JJ. Yeah.
Yes.
He went on, didn't he go on to play?
Yes.
He went on to play.
He was in a farm team for St. Louis.
I think you're right.
Don't fact check me on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was like, kind of like, let's go. Like, AJ's like, was kind of like hesitant. And honestly, like, as I was like, you have to come. Like, you're going to love the pastor. So we come, and ever since then, like, we have nonstopped going to Bible study, and our faith has grown exponentially. And I love that our faith has grown together and not separate. And we're going to tell you this story actually of last Sunday. Long story short, obviously, like, we can talk about my faith all day, but we had gotten into a small argument.
You and your boyfriend.
Me and my boyfriend.
AJ.
The
man.
And he laughed that I'm telling the story right now, but we got in a big argument, and it was on a Saturday that we kind of got in this argument, and we knew Sunday was approaching, and we go to church every Sunday together. Like, we do not, if we miss, it's because we're like away or something like that. And so I was like, I'm going, like, I'm going by myself. I'm not missing this. Wow. So I go, and as I'm walking into church, I see his car. I'm like, he did not pick this time frame that I went. He could have went to 11 o'clock. So I walk in, I'm like, I don't even know where he is. We're sitting on two opposite sides of the church, just praying and praying and praying that, like,
because you guys were a little fighting going on.
Yeah, like we were like arguing, whatever, which is so normal, but
normal
like
for couples. Yeah.
I just like, it was such like an eye-opening experience that like we both still came, and we both were praying about the same thing, and like just like praying for God's hands like over us, and just to kind of get through the situation that we were going through. And like, I've never had that. I've never had a God-centered like relationship ever in my life. So this was very new to me, and I was like, this is so amazing that we can truly be so dedicated to, a priority that's higher than each other. And so I thought it was a funny story to tell. But
that's cool. So it's crazy because you come to LIU because they give you a free ride scholarship.
Yes.
Right. A full scholarship. You end up finding or renewing your faith. Mm-hmm. Did you ever think that was going to happen as a result of going to LIU?
No.
I
made so many phone calls home just being like, you'll never believe it. Like, you'll never believe the kind of like community I found, the kind of church community I found. Like, I crave it. Like, I go home and I turn it on the TV. Like, you guys is like,
you'll watch the live stream.
Yeah, like I'll watch the live stream, and I'm so, nothing matches the energy that you guys have here. And I'm not just saying this that you're here. Like, I would tell anyone this, like, behind closed doors. Like, Stop. No, like, I truly mean that. And like, I feel like you guys have taken a lot of time to develop our faith and to really see in a different light for the first time in my years of being faithful to God. And so that was really interesting to me, and so grateful, and to carry that on with me wherever I go.
I just want to tell you I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I am.
Thank you.
Seeing you, seeing AJ, seeing a whole slew of people like get serious about their faith. That's why I do what I do at LIU. Mm-hmm. Like, pastoring is one thing, what I do at the church, which you guys are a part of. But then being at the university, I don't get paid from the university. I'm supposed to be a person of interest, which means I'm supposed to have ID and all this other stuff. I haven't been given ID, an email address, anything. I just show up, but I can always request rooms. It's really weird. Like, I have this like unique relationship with a non-religious university where they basically let me do almost whatever I want for the students there, whether I need a space or room or an event we want to do. And so that, being there and seeing guys like you and your boyfriend and others, like what's pretty impressive to me, a lot of the female hockey players come to Bible study.
Oh yeah. Like
I think it's got to be close to half the team.
Yeah.
Is that?
Like a lot of, like before games, we have a prayer circle.
Yeah.
And like it goes, like we do not miss a beat. Like we will be at that prayer circle right before we get off for warm-ups. And like, it's such a part of that routine that like, it's like, I find myself like praying and talking to God in so many aspects of my day. Like I feel like I've never done that before. Like I didn't just stop and like pray, like, and something like that goes along with that is like, I used to pray and still think about it. And like, I would be like, oh, like, is he not hearing me? Is he up there? And I'd be like, no, like you're praying about it and then still worrying about it. That's not what we like learn. Like, it's not like what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be praying to God and giving it all to God and walking away from the situation and leaving it in his hands. And I feel like that's along the way I've learned. And that's helped me spiritually, like really get through the toughest times. Like even with like school, like in my master's program, like I got accepted into 3 master's program that I actually applied to, and
3 for 3, right?
3 for 3.
3 for 3.
I applied all 3 and I got into all 3, like very blessed, but that was a very difficult time in my life. And that wasn't too long ago. And I was just like every single day, like praying to God every single night, every morning, like I would get up, like I would go to Bible study, pray about it. Like it was on my mind 24/7, but I would leave it in God's hands so that I wouldn't have to like worry about it. Cause there's a lot of things in life to worry about like, that's one thing that I was like, I just really want to leave in his hands cause I know he'll take care of it. And which he did. Like I've seen great results, like getting to all 3s is sometimes not even possible. And I got to know, I just know his plan is better than my plan.
So we talked about hockey. Okay. How tall are you?
5'4".
Are you the smallest person on your hockey team or no? I mean, I know you're retired from the collegiate game, but
I would say there's like a handful of us that are around the same size.
Cause like many of the ones that come to Bible study, they're a lot taller than you.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of tall friends on the team.
So okay, so is your size? Would you be considered undersized?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm average. I think
for a hockey team, not for,
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So all right. So hockey. Okay, you did that. Freshman year grew. Then you became not a labeled leader, but a true leader. On the team.
Yeah.
And now you're going. Obviously, you got some other pursuits you're trying. You're gonna work on your master's.
Yes.
Hopefully, you're gonna get engaged soon at some point.
Hopefully,
we got to talk to the other person involved in that. Right?
Get him on this podcast. Ask him.
Hear me, AJ. Listen deeply. The Lord is speaking. Okay, anyway. So, all right. So there's a lot of exciting moments that are coming in your life.
Yes. Yes.
But you also, it's interesting, you started this thing that you've been trying, Fuel the Root, FTR.
FTR.
That's all about health, right?
Yeah. So I actually started Fuel the Root, I want to say 2024. It was honestly just something, like it was not even an account that was like, I'm just hoping this goes viral. No, like I just did it for fun. Like I did it for my friends. I did it for my teammates. And for really anyone who like found the account, like, oh, I'm going to follow it. Like it was just for like literally health and wellness. And like, I feel like there's a lot of misunderstanding, in terms of like health and wellness. And me, like that's my major. I should have specified, but I am a nutrition major. And there's a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding about nutrition that I kind of want. It's not to be like putting it down your throat, but to understand and clarify. You do usually
put nutrition down your throat.
That was no.
I'm just kidding. That was good.
That was good.
That's a dad joke. Come on.
But yeah, I just wanted to, to have, have different choices and just different options and like describe things that maybe would help individuals and like, I don't know, like meal prepping, like what to eat, like what are good things to have.
So,
like what are
let's
good
talk about a couple of those things. Cause you post on social media,
I do.
All that stuff. Like how important is organic versus non-organic?
There's not really much of a difference.
And the challenges from my learnings it's the water system, because rain comes down, and if you have an organic farm here, non-organic farm here, whatever the rain is, it goes into the system, the ecosystem kind of bleeds into each other. So it might be a little better, but it's not necessarily. Is that?
Like there's certain things that I would definitely say that are better to get organic wise. Like
Meats for sure.
yeah, like those things are like a big deal, but like fruits, like it's vegetables, like they're
Especially if they got thick skin.
yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
as important, right?
It's just it's what kind of like your preferences and like kind of what you need as an individual. Like everyone's needs are different, and that's something that I feel like is really hard because oftentimes in nutrition they classify it as a whole.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's not something that you can really do. That's something we've learned. And honestly, like my interest lies kind of more in the clinical side of nutrition. That's something I'm very like in tune with. And I'm in a lot of classes right now that are specific to those certain diseases and what these patients need. And that is something that's, I feel like is so interesting.
What's your view as a healthy person? Do you do Bloom or
No. Oh
Red
my gosh.
Bull?
Do not.
I think that's some of the worst stuff. What do you think?
Bloom is
Toddcasters, hear this.
Please don't buy it. Save your money. Please do not buy those things. And I always think like food is medicine. Truly, and I'm being so serious. And like, listen, there are certain supplements that maybe you truly, truly need and that are fine, that maybe you're deficient in, that you can't get that in certain foods. Because you have essential and you have non-essential, vitamins and things that you need and that you get in your food and that you don't get in your food. And so those things to dive deeper and look at, or like maybe if you get a blood test, like what are certain things that like you're low in that you need? That's great. But do not get on the supplement train because you will like half your money will go down the drain.
Yeah, most
like
of
you
it,
take it in and you pee it out.
liquidate out. Yeah.
Yeah, for lack of better words. But yeah, that's an often thing that happens with people, and that's it. That's a scary part about health, is that it's a lot of misunderstood conversations and concepts, and people who classify themselves are like nutritionists, like aren't always. And that's why we're getting our masters. Like we're called to get our masters. Like I can walk out of this 4 years of undergrad and be called a nutritionist, but that's not enough anymore. Like I want to be a dietitian. Like I want to be a registered dietitian. So I'll have to get my masters.
You know why I don't do diets? Because of the first 3 letters, die.
That's a really different take.
Dad joke. I'm just kidding. I do that.
I was going to say, that's a different take.
No. Like I believe in eating lean. I mean, Isaac will tell you, I eat pretty lean. I'm pretty much a regimented guy, high protein, low carb, low sugar. But
it depends on your needs.
Sugar's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this. If I drink, like I did Sunday, a higher sugary drink, I will weigh heavier the next day. If I drink a light sugary
Osmosis.
drink, it's crazy, right? So think about this. So for me, I try and do a little low sugar because cancer itself feeds off of sugar. Mm-hmm. Sugar is one of the highest contributors to cancer rapid growth.
Yeah.
So they eliminate that. So there's a hospital in Mexico, which I don't know if we might get banned on this, but there's a hospital in Mexico that literally has a 100% cure rate for cancer.
Has 100% what?
Cure rate for cancer.
What? Where? What are they
Mexico.
doing?
I won't mention the name.
But like, what are they doing?
It's mostly diet. They remove the diet. They still do some of the traditional things we do here in America, but diet is a huge part of it.
Yeah. Again, it's really hard because like there's a lot of things
that has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Do not shadow
FDA.
ban us, please. Thank you very much. FDA.
I don't know if that's approved. I'm just kidding.
It's definitely not.
It's really hard because like as we've learned in like clinical settings, it's all dependent on what the patient needs. So sometimes it's not about necessarily like cutting things out or like, oh, you should not be eating low sugar diet when you have cancer. Like that's
everybody's physiology is different.
No, like when you're like sometimes in the hospital, like or like they'll be getting like a protein like milkshake, and as like a typical individual, you're like milkshakes are really high in calories. Like we're not doing that. No, like they need that. Like these individuals are not getting enough in their diet, like as it is in the hospital sometimes because they're so ill and chronically not doing well.
And the food sucks.
Yeah, it depends on what hospital you're in. That does
most
make a
of
difference.
them.
Yeah,
most of them.
And that's like this really sad part. I would say like that's something that
how do we do these
about.
Medical procedures that are needed? Cancer surgeries. We have the best emergency system in the world. Medical care. We have terrible insurance, but great medical care.
Canada doesn't.
Right. Everybody gets it. Right. Everybody gets. It is an open healthcare system. Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's covered. Right. I personally think children should always be covered.
Yeah, I do
no
agree with that.
Like children have to be covered. So anyway, so all right. Where was I going? ADHD moment.
Both of us.
So you look at it now and you say, like, you go through this and you go into a hospital and you have a procedure. And the food is terrible. High in sodium. Yeah. There's all these things. It tastes terrible. I think like hospitals would do better if they actually provided some of those supplements in diet. Because I say this, food is energy. Like I don't do any caffeine. Zero.
Well, I wish.
Zero caffeine. Because I think I should get my energy from food.
I totally agree with
Now,
that.
Isaac will tell you this. I have more energy than most of the people his age.
You definitely do.
Because I'm eating right. Like here we are, we're doing this. And Pastor Matt, one of our pastors at church, and a bunch of the young adults, they went out to Taco Hell. And I'm like, they're going to be drained. They're going to be like zombie. Like I start with energy. Middle of the day, I get a little lag, but then my energy kicks back up.
That's awesome.
Like something like this, because I just ate some turkey, a nice lean meat to be able to rejuvenate with the high protein. So I would say I think what's interesting about you and a lot of young adults today, which is different than when I was your age, because I'm old enough to be your dad, which is crazy to think about, right? But you think about when I was your age, we were never taught about health.
I feel like there wasn't the health industry itself has truly changed. Like I know years ago there weren't GMOs like that in depth of like putting them in everything that we eat, everything we do. Like
you ever hear of GMPs?
No, actually.
Genetically modified preachers. People that just fit their world. Instead of preaching
the things
the
that
truth.
you come up with, I just don't know how fast it comes out.
You got to process quick, Isaac, right? You got to process
what
quick.
is that?
Do not process slow. You got to be quick.
Well, I don't know. I was like, I'm thinking health. I'm like, I don't know what he's going at here.
You never know where I'm going. That's the thing about the podcast. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay. So wait. All right. So if you were to say, let's say you were coaching me, health coaching, what would be some things you would ask to be able to kind of get an assessment of Todd Bishop? Go ahead. Coach me.
Do you have any underlying medical conditions?
I do. Nothing severe. I have every so often a little heart skip that you know about that just happens. Treated by a cardiologist, no diagnosis. It just is what it is,
I mean, sometimes I feel like when things at the heart, like that deals with you want to reduce the amount of saturated fat that you intake because you don't want to build that plaque around the heart, which would create atherosclerosis. So you went with a big word. Do you know what that is?
No.
We'll search it out for you.
So, all right. So, right. But also too, I know a lot of research talks about if you're not hydrated enough, those things can happen.
Yeah.
If you're if you're overhydrated, I didn't even know you could overhydrate.
Oh yeah.
I had no knowledge of that until about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, you can. You
drink so much that it's just going out of you and it's not being absorbed into your system.
Yeah, no, totally. And sometimes that's flushing out the nutrients that you are quite literally intaking.
So what else so you'd ask any previous condition, what else would you ask?
Like how active are you? Like lifestyle? Like do you work out?
How would you assess my activity?
I honestly, you can't really assume in this kind of field. I know that I know your morning routine is something like you do push-ups, like you do.
Yeah.
Like, do you walk a lot?
Not in the winter. I'm terrible in the winter.
Get on the treadmill.
I hate the treadmill. I just can't say look. I feel like I need to be going somewhere.
Heart.
I know, but I need to be going somewhere.
Put on that jacket. You from Buffalo?
I can't. It's just tough. See, this is the problem. I'm not bringing her back. It's tough. You're calling me out, right? So, all right. So I know I try and get 10,000 steps a day.
That's awesome. Okay, that's actually that's huge.
I've heard that if you can get to 10,000 a day, which is not my average, but that's my goal.
That's awesome.
You get that, you actually increase your lifespan.
I mean,
because of cardiovascular.
Yeah, and that's really great for your heart. I mean, it's good. Like working out, period, is just it helps any condition.
Yeah.
It helps just overall lifestyle, and that's something that I think everyone should do. If you're not working out, I think that you need to reassess.
The average person I learned can't do 5 push-ups.
I believe that. No, I actually truly believe that.
I do 50 at a crack.
That's awesome. AJ, can you do that?
AJ, ring and 50 push-ups. That's what you want. So, but it's easy, right? I literally, AJ's part of the podcast. He's not even here. So it's you think about this. A lot of people at my age, 53 years old, cannot.
That's amazing, though. No, honestly, that's really good.
But I did, I used to heavy weights, stuff like that back in the day. And my life just got too. And so now I basically, it's called the 50 plus workout. use a chair.
You made that up.
No, it's true.
No, you made this up.
No,
I could see it. I could see it in his brain, like
I'm telling
calculating.
you, it's all over the place. Like where you take a chair, you can do your dips, you can do your push-ups, you can do incline, decline push-ups, all these things. I do squats every day, free weights, no weight squats, because they say a lot of your cardio is here and here. Like when it for your cardiology, for your heart. This is the future forecast. So if you have skinny legs, it's typically an indicator you may have a heart issue later.
I've never heard of this in my life.
My cardiologist was telling me, listen, you got to work those legs. You have chicken legs. I'm like, bro, I already knew I had chicken legs. And he's like, no, you need that because blood flow. That's why when they scan your carotid artery, they also scan the arteries in your legs because that's another indicator.
That does make sense, actually, because people who even have, oh my gosh, I just forgot the word now. Like women have it with their...
Osteoporosis?
No.
I don't know. Postmenopause?
No, they have like, what are they called now?
Varicose veins?
Cut this. Varicose veins, yes. And that can like do, like if you're like standing a lot and like you're not really moving, like that can be a big issue and they can really be more present in women's legs and that makes people really insecure.
Yeah, well, definitely. Like, so you think about, all right, so we talk about hockey.
Hockey.
Great hockey player.
Try to be.
Leader without a label. And they got a label her fourth season, which is great. Assistant captain.
Hey,
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you like your coach?
Yeah, I loved her.
Okay, good. Okay. I wasn't sure where that was going to go for a second.
Kelly Nash. She was.
Shout out to Coach Nash.
Yeah.
How many championships she won? One championship?
She won one so far. And
one chip.
There's more coming in the future. Yeah, no, she's a great individual. She.
Does she know who I am?
I feel like she does.
Because she was very friendly.
Should I call her?
Yeah. Let's call her right now. Hey, Coach Nash.
She probably would pick up, to be honest.
No, but I saw her at some event. I felt like she knew who I was, but I also didn't know if she was just being a friendly person.
She is very friendly. She is a very nice individual. I would say more on the quiet side. Initially, but when you get to
not in the box.
The box?
Coaching box where she's at with you. What do you call that?
Okay, this is her job. No, she's like the bench.
Yeah, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
She's pretty.
No, she's very passionate.
Yeah.
And I love that.
But
sometimes I'm like sitting on the bench and I feel my head like get pulled to the side because she's coming in and she wants to talk to the ref.
Okay. So all right, so she's passionate there, but relaxed off the ice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's a big runner.
Okay.
Like we're gonna go running sometime, I think. We actually ran. Side note, and a fact about me, I ran the Brooklyn Half Marathon.
Recently?
No, 2024.
I thought you were going to say 20 years ago. I was like, you were 42 years old.
We ran together, but she's in a different heat than me because she's better than me.
Okay. All right. So hockey. Mm-hmm. Talk about your spiritual life, how that's grown since you've been here. Do you have any fear? Just a personal question. Pastor to person in our church, person in our Bible study. Do you have any other fear? Do you have a fear that moving out of Long Island to where you're going next? Any fear that your spiritual life might dip?
I actually got asked this question a couple of days ago. I think no, because I feel like, again, like I've really leaned on the fact that like you guys have that live service, which is like a huge thing for me. And it makes me it makes me first of all sad that I wouldn't be able to be with you guys as often as I am now. But I think that no matter where I am in life, I'm going to find a church that serves me to the best of my ability and to the best of the ability of like the Lord and the sense of like how I'm taking it in. Because I think that's a big deal and how you're understanding and how you're perceiving it.
But you're never going to find a pastor like me.
No, actually, no, serious. No, serious.
There's a lot of great pastors out there.
But I literally, I've been thinking a lot. I'm like, I wish you would just come to Canada, but you're busy. Anyways.
Wait. No, just kidding. We're not going to sing it again.
You need to come. You need to come and preach one time where you are. But
let's see. I don't think I've ever preached in Canada, actually.
So we're going to make this happen right here. Clip this, Isaac, please.
Okay, there it is.
We're going to get him to come to Canada.
Butera, Fuel the Root, explosive hockey player. Now doing my
no, I'm not
speaking
taking over.
gigs. Now you're going to book my speaking gigs.
Oh, yes.
She's going to,
yes.
My Canadian representation right here.
He's going to make it into the Canadian land. But yeah, it does make me a little sad to think that like I won't have that exact,
because it's important to have a local church.
Right.
It's important.
Right. And I think that like it's always a new change. And I've worked closely throughout these past few summers because like I go home in the summer to find a location that is somewhat
hard,
similar.
right, when you go home?
It's not too far off. It's something that is similar to you guys, but I don't have the connection just yet. Like I don't really know them on a different level.
But you're coming to America anyway, so it didn't.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
Okay, so hockey. Okay, let's talk about. So faith is important to you.
Yes.
Hockey is important to you. Health's important to you. Your relationships are important to you. Obviously, you have
Definitely.
a boyfriend. You have family. All these great, wonderful things. What do you tell the college athlete that is coming into a university, maybe their freshman year? What bit of advice do you give them to make sure they stay centered?
In Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Truly surround yourself by like-minded people, especially who prioritize God over anything else.
Good.
I think that for the longest time, I was surrounding myself around, and not even just at college, or like even in high school, that may not have had God at the center of who they are. That doesn't mean you can't be friends with them. It's just like they make wise choices. I feel like that's often something that is like a telltale of like who they are and like what their morals are and beliefs are. And I think that especially coming to here, I was not intending to find anyone that had the same spiritual belief as mine. But I think that like if your faith is so strong, like he will put you on the path of finding those individuals that will, keep pushing you in order to be a better leader. And that's just a leader in Christ too. So
that's good.
And I've been like, and over the time frame here, like from my freshman year to like senior year, like it has grown insane. Like I'm part of different Bible studies, like, just speaking about the Bible throughout like friendships, like even through like FaceTime calls, like with you, and just like coming here more often. And it's just, I feel like it's grown in a lot of different ways. So I would just say, put yourself out there. And don't be afraid. That's one thing. I felt like I wasn't really expressive about my faith. Like I kind of kept it. Like you talked about this the other day, like when you're like, oh, like you said something about how like you're married to Pastor Mary, and you were saying that like, what am I gonna do? Just keep her in the back, like not telling anyone about her. And I feel like that's a big thing because like, how are people supposed to know that you're a follower of Christ?
Come on, Mila, preaching now. Come on, preaching a sermon there, kiddo.
I listen, and I'm a note taker.
That's
Take
good.
notes, because when you can refer
What's
back to
not
them,
written down is quickly forgotten.
Yes. So that's something that I feel like, and I'm even learning about that now too. I feel like I was really like at first like really shy about it, but like now like even in like my like TikTok videos, like I really always like when on Sundays or whatever, like I always try to add those things in there and like not put them in there because I'm shy about it.
All right, who do you want to shout out? Who are you saying hi to?
Right now?
Yeah, right now. Come on, somebody's going to watch this that they better get a shout out from you.
My mom.
All right, there we go.
No, my mom it's truly like she watches everything I do. And I feel like she's a big supporter. And I wish that she was here right now. I was telling them I call my mom literally like any second. Like, and I'm not trying to be dramatic. Yeah. I call my mom every second. Like I'll be walking to class and she's like, you just called me. Like, I know, I want to know how you're doing.
That's cool. Like
her and I have a really close like relationship, and I think that it's different than most. And like my mom means the world to me, and she's probably gonna start crying.
There you go,
she's
Mom.
so emotional when it comes to this. I do love my mom. She's my best friend.
Dad?
No, I love my dad too.
Not so much.
My
Sorry,
dad is not really. My dad's not really techie. Like, I don't even know if he would know how to get through this.
I love my mom. Crickets on the dad.
No, my dad.
What's your dad's name?
Rick.
Rick.
He works for an American company.
I'm gonna tell you, Rick. Thank you. You and your wife have raised a great daughter.
Thank you. My brother too.
See, I gave Rick a shout out.
Thank you. My dad, my mom, my brother, all you guys at home. No, they truly have been there for me throughout every season of my life. And I feel like without their support, and I know it sounds so cliche, but it's true. Like I would never be the person I am today. And like, especially like honestly, my dad, I know we just laughed about this, but like he is someone who's so tenacious in everything he's done and like in life, and like he's the definition of hustle. He hustles until he's burnt out. And that's something that I feel like I've, grown into as well, and like have followed in his footsteps. And he has laid the foundation out for my brother and I to the point where it's like, no worries. Like we will be just fine in this life.
All right, rapid fire questions as we close.
Okay.
Favorite ice cream?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Ooh.
Or something with peanut butter in it, honestly.
Okay.
I don't really have one that's like a top
All
peanut
right.
butter.
Pastamato like that. Okay.
Maybe we can go for ice cream.
Okay. Favorite coffee shop?
Southdown. That's so basic though.
It's okay. Give me basic.
Could you imagine if I said Starbucks?
I would have really bothered me because I can't stand Starbucks. I think their coffee's burnt when I used to drink coffee. I think their hot chocolate is like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, give me Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
I'm just saying. If I'm going to compare the two.
No, it's bad.
You save
Okay.
money. They both
How about
stink.
you?
Huh?
What's your favorite coffee place?
I don't do coffee.
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot.
don't do coffee. I don't do nothing with caffeine. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. Favorite movie?
Mamma Mia.
Really?
2, to be honest.
Mamma Mia 2.
Yes. I love the scenery. The musical is not really my favorite. I know it's the whole point of it, but I'll listen to it. Like I'll sing along. Like you'll catch me. Like Mamma Mia. I'm not gonna sing anymore, but like you'll catch me singing.
Favorite NHL team?
I'm gonna get really hated for this, but the Wings, Detroit Red Wings, they're doing really well this season. My brother is a firm like fan, so I have to go with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Football. Do you have a team?
No.
Don't like football.
I mean, my boyfriend will hate me if I don't say this, but Patriots?
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know if we're gonna air this episode now because
I don't really watch football.
we just got a shout out to the New England Patriots. Oh
I don't know.
God.
They didn't do well.
Okay,
this
for the
past Super
ladies
Bowl.
watching because we're doing sports stuff. Okay, favorite makeup line.
I don't really have one, to be honest. That's not really my thing. I know I'm wearing some right now, but like I don't really.
Well, what was it? Clinique?
No.
That's the only one I know. Actually, I can't think anything else.
I don't know. Okay, honestly, like I do like Rhode, like Justin Bieber's wife, Hailey Bieber.
Okay.
She has like a skincare and makeup.
You know, I was this close to Justin Bieber one time.
What?
Like this close.
And what did you say to him?
I did. I turned
You
around to
kept
say something. I
quiet?
pulled out my phone to go
Guys.
take a picture, and all I got is a picture of his rear end.
It's better than nothing.
He's walking away. Malachi was with me. I don't know,
Where?
10 years ago. This was at a Hillsong conference back in the day, maybe 2016.
Should have called me.
I don't remember. I was so frustrated.
I went to his concert.
So I can't believe Justin. Oh, click. Okay, it's his butt.
Should have yelled louder.
I probably have it still somewhere.
Send me.
I should. I don't know what I should do with it. Anyway, that's all I got. All right. Do you have a website for Fuel the Root?
I have an Instagram page.
What is it?
It's legit Fuel the Root.
Was it at Fuel the Root? And
Yeah,
underscore spaces, anything?
Do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
I'm just kidding. I know you do. It doesn't sound like it though.
So what?
No, it's literally just like Fuel the Root. Like type in Fuel, Fuel, the Root.
Okay, and yours?
Milana Butera.
Mine?
Milana.
No, mine.
Oh, yours.
What is it? This is a test.
Todd Bishop? Pastor Todd Bishop.
Oh, man. Todd R. Bishop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, listen, I want you to follow her.
Thank
Especially if
you.
you're looking for some health advice. She does that. Her faith has become much more visible. Like I said before, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Just amazing to watch. And can't wait. We have another LIU student athlete coming on in a couple episodes. So I'm
Yes.
pretty excited. And this guy's pretty TikTok famous.
I feel like I've seen him before.
He's been viral multiple times.
That's awesome.
Major. And he's going to be with us. But anyway, Toddcasters, thank you for joining us on this. Let me try that again. Toddcasters, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Toddcast as we talk about hockey, health, and the whole way. I can't wait to see you next time. And make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Remember, ignore all the others because this is the best Toddcast out there.